Okay, so my project is on sea lions. Sea lions belong to the Animalia kingdom, the Chordata phylum, the Mammalia class, the Carnivora order, the Autoridae family, and the Xylophus genus. To start, we're going to talk about the reproductive systems of a sea lion. Sea lions are mammals, so they birth their young alive. Um, most sea lions, or most male sea lions, begin to mate when they're 10 years old or of size and strength where they can start to challenge other males for females. In the process of reproduction, sea lions travel to the shore, stake their claim, give birth, and suckle their young. This process is usually done in June or late July. Here's an example of a sea lion and its youngling. And this would be an example of a shore where sea lions would come to mate. Here is where next we're going to talk about the circulatory system. The circulatory system in sea lions is important to keep their blood warm and avoid heat loss. The blood circulates throughout their body, so as they move around, it flows and retains its heat. Another method for sea lions to attain heat is through thermal regulating, where they lie on their sides in the water or on rocks, raise their flippers or lie flat, and uh, catch as much of the sun's rays as much as possible. Here are three sea lions that are underwater, and this is where their circulatory system is important as they need to survive under the cold temperatures of the ocean. Here are two examples of sea lions that are on the shore or on rocks, absorbing and thermoregulating as much heat as they can. Next, we're going to talk about the digestive system of sea lions. Sea lions have a complete digestive system, meaning that they have two holes, an entrance and an exit for their food. This is common in most sea lions and chordata animals, where their digestive systems allow them to eat food, digest it, uh, absorb all the energy and nutrients of that food, and uh, release all the waste. Sea lions, as well as many other sea animals and mammals, feed on many types of fishes and cephalopods. For example, squids, octopuses, hake, northern anchovy, opal eye, and herring. Here is an example of the two sea lions eating their prey and food. And here an example of a squid and octopus, uh, um, organisms that sea lions feed on. And next we're going to talk about the nervous system of a sea lion. The central nervous system of a sea lion consists of a brain and a spinal cord. This is common in many sea lions. But an interesting thing about the sea lion's nervous system is that when the sea lion is diving, the water carbon dioxide is transported into the heart as well as the central nervous system other than internal organs, meaning that these animals can survive underwater much longer, and it's easier to use up since it's in its nervous system. And here's an example of an eared seal, which share the same family as sea lions. As you can see here, the spinal cord stretches down to about midway of its torso. The extradural vein reaches around the whole back and of the eared seal. And then the heart is located at the bottom or the chest of the seal, which is very common in sea lions as they have a very thick back uh, that is a back which is protected by blubber. And blubber is also used for another important thing, and I'll talk about that later. And the evolution of a sea lion is that sea lions did not always have web feet, and over time, to survive in the water, they adapted and created web feet and flippers. Uh, so going back to the sea lion's blubber, it was developed to keep them warm in the water, but it's very thick and can protect them from from predators. But it's also not armor. It can only protect them to an extent. And sea lions have a much more vocal bark than seals because this is used to attract mates. Here's an example of a Arturidae skeleton and a Phocidae skeleton. As you can see, the Phocidai's hind legs are more of the fins, and the Arturidae's hind legs are more like legs. This is an adaptation that the Phocidaes have created, and the Arturidaes may have also created the hind legs, which are more distinct. This is a video that you can't watch in the presence of time. Here's my bibliography, and thank you for watching.